All right. Yeah, let's check out MoistCritical's response to Dream. Dream was basically just saying that he was exaggerating when it came to Dream's thirst traps, and which I agree with Dream on. It seemed like he was exaggerating. So let's just see what Charlie's response is to this.
But again, I do think there's a big difference, which he also admits, in our audience ages as well as our interaction with them. I, for 17 years, have actively discouraged any type of parasocial relationship at all.
That might be fair. That actually is probably like that's a pretty good argument in general. Just the idea of like I don't encourage like a parasocial relationship. So if your argument, I mean, I still don't think I agree with it, but I understand where you're coming from. Your argument is like, hey, Dream has a boundary issue with his fans, which he might. Which I get it. He was trying to be very friendly with his fans to rise up, but then I did a whole conversation in the Dream video about how that can go too far. I usually don't like super interact with fans except for on the stream. I make like I've set a pretty hard boundary on that as well. We are like learning as we navigate this realm of social media in a pretty new way. You know, back then, all celebrities had a manager. Everything was, you know, curated for you, how you interact with different people. Nowadays, it's a little different. There's the internet, and people, you know, they start out small, and they're like just people. They still are just people, but they grow, and they become bigger. They become more prevalent. Changes the dynamic a little bit. And it's like, where does that start and end? Like, how many followers do you have before you're too famous to really set that bound or just have these conversations? So I get that. I still don't think that any of the pictures that Dream put up were like thirst trappy. Maybe he'll show us one.
So I haven't finished the Dream upload yet. I was going to watch it before bed, but I did watch the part where I'm in it. So this section,
I see some people.
This is where he's going over the critique I've made on him for quite a while about posting thirst traps and leaning into parasocial relationships. I'll let him play the clip. This is from a video I made like a month or so ago. Always been on the younger side of things, and yet Dream constantly engages with them in very inappropriate ways, such as like posting thirst traps. So he cuts out one of my biggest points here. I don't know if he did it on purpose or not, or if he just didn't think it was relevant, even though I think it's a very relevant point. I also went on to say that he fosters parasocial relationships, which makes it...
Yeah, I wonder why he cut that out, because that's actually a fair point. I don't think that Dream does it to be like disingenuous, like fostering that relationship. But I get it. Like, I get that's a good criticism. It would have been good if Dream left it in the video. That is fair. And I don't think it would have hurt Dream. That's the thing. That's why I don't know if he took it out intentionally or if he was just trying to get to the point. Like, yeah, I disagree with the thirst trap thing. I can't agree with the parasocial relationship thing. I can agree with that. So, hey, thank you so much for the small guy, brother.
It's weird to post that kind of stuff. And what I mean by that is by encouraging
Lemmings became a member.
Thank you.
A parasocial relationship with your community. When you're posting things that can be construed as thirst traps, you just feed into the fantasy, and I think that's pretty irresponsible.
So I don't care about the thirst trap thing.
Cuts that part out and focuses more on me just saying he's posting thirst traps and him proving he doesn't. And I think, to be fair, like, I guess some of the pictures I saw weren't really...
Oh, I thought that was me. It was his video.
He posts, like, just Snapchat shit, whereas what I kept seeing from him were, like, the thirst trap ones where it's like, I'm the cutest guy in the world. Apparently that wasn't him. That was one of his mini imposters, and this one was verified.
Oh, okay. So was that the shirtless woman that we saw? And everybody was like, that's not him, Papa God, you idiot. And I was like, oh, okay.
Fair enough, I guess, if those weren't really his thirst trap posts. But even still...
because he discussed parasocial relationships later. Yeah, maybe. That could have been it. Yeah, I don't think it was... I honestly don't... I wouldn't go to a negative space with the... To be honest with you. Like, I wouldn't assume the worst in Dream.
I don't really like that he cut out my bigger point about it being, like, fostering parasocial relationships and how it feeds into it, but he did defend himself against my critique of thirst trapping.
Yeah, and he does go on to his credit later in the video to talk about parasocial relationships, so...
But I haven't seen the rest of it. I watched up till this point because I was very curious why I was in it.
Oh, fair enough.
Thanks, the resub snitch.
Okay.
He also showed age statistics, which means nothing nowadays. Yeah, age demographic statistics are completely meaningless to everyone except for advertisers.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know the context of him showing those statistics, but again, like, Dream conceded that he had a younger audience by comparison to MoistCritical, and that a lot of his fans were young because they play Minecraft, so I don't know what they're referring to, because it sounds like almost like a negative tone. The person who brought that to Moist's attention is like, well, he showed these meaningless statistics of age.
Jumping Lemmings,
yeah,
Lemmings super chatted $1.99.
Thanks, dude.
but he also didn't make that like a hard point of like, I actually have an older audience. It's like, no, I do have a younger audience. So he was pretty reasonable, Dream.
No one is honest about their age when signing up for an account.
Um,
I put no stock into that. Granted, you have nothing else to base anything off of.
I think the only people who aren't are like kids. They're going to say 18, which makes sense. But like, yeah, I generally agree.
Like anything else off of. But everyone knows that's a bunch of baloney.
Oh, he showed it to the audience that the audience isn't as young as you think. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. That there would be a little criticism then. Okay.
I think it's very clear to anyone.
Yeah, we saw him actively trying to make fans stop talking to him with that one girl who accused him. Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's one of the things. That's one of the problems with like setting up a relationship with somebody like that. Like he was, from what it seemed like, he genuinely was trying to be nice to this person, but this was like a younger girl who was attracted to him and wanted information more than anything else. Wanted information on how to become a streamer, and probably was trying to poach some of his clout to become like famous. And he wasn't receptive, and he basically just stopped talking to her because she would just constantly go, "Oh, I want to be a content creator. I want to be a content creator." Basically baiting him into being like, "Oh, come on the stream, random person I have no fucking idea about," you know. So
one that's familiar with the Minecraft community, that it skews extremely young. Yeah, no matter what the age demographics say.
Sure, yeah. I imagine that the Minecraft community is getting slightly older, which is probably turning off a lot of Minecraft YouTubers since they like to molest kids. It's probably getting slightly older though, because as people grow up, they're probably turning, like, they're still playing Minecraft. And so it's kind of capturing like an audience, so it's getting a little older. Although I don't think that there is an actual reasonable replacement for Minecraft. So it probably still has a pretty robust audience, a young audience.
He addresses the parasocial stuff later in the video. Oh, like I said, I haven't finished it. I just watched the thirst trap stuff. But my point in here had the parasocial stuff there. Does he talk about that later? And he just moved it to a different section? I don't really know.
I don't think that he put MoistCritical's thing in there, but he does talk about it like overall.
Yeah, it's brought up again later with you in it. Oh, okay. Well,
Is it?
I'll have to finish it for the rest of
maybe I was wrong. Maybe I just don't remember that.
But,
fuck me in the butt. Please.
But yeah, I haven't watched all of it at the moment. I've seen a lot of discussion on Twitter about it. Mudahar said it was super good. I think Dark Viper also gave his opinion on it, citing that it was a pretty solid response as well.
Well,
outside,
you guys know I love Dark Viper.
To that, I've seen other people say it's like the worst response they've ever seen. Like,
no, I thought it was really good. It was a really solid response.
It's all over the place.
It was very comprehensive, and it was as short as it could have been. Like it wasn't dragged on. Nothing in there was unnecessary from what I remember. It wasn't really that bad. It seemed like all very necessary. It was long because he covered a lot of bases, and he had to go in depth because people are going to pick at it regardless. But I thought it was solid.
Thanks for give sub Eddie. But I'm not far enough to have an actual opinion on it yet. I have to finish it tonight.
You don't have to. You can just give opinions as you go. That's the most credible thing to do. Best thing to do, guys. Right? Everybody loves that type of content when you don't have a informed response on it. You just make one up as you're going, and you hear more information. You generate a informed response. Obviously, I do that. All jokes aside, I do like it that way. You can see the evolution of where my mind is when I hear certain information and how I weigh certain information. So I actually do like that.
I do know he did one thing that kind of like clowned Twitter itself. He made a point about how easy it is to fake like a
like
DM or something.
Yeah.
So he faked a Pokimane DM, and a lot of those drama accounts on Twitter immediately ran with it as if it was real, and they have like 50k likes about like, really? Look at what Pokimane admitted to Dream. Dream just exposed Pokimane.
Damn.
And then also did that to XQC.
That's funny.
So proving that.
Oh, why'd you bring up Pokimane first, Moist? Are you fucking sexist, dude?
Instantly.
Chad Concluder, stop.
Your Instagram gets brought up in it. No, I saw that whole section. Like I said, I saw this whole section with me in it. So when he compares our Instagrams, he said basically he posts the same things I do. So he puts them side by side. But again, I do think there's a big difference, which he also admits, in our audience ages as well as our interaction with them. I, for 17 years, have actively discouraged any type of parasocial relationship at all.
Yeah.
I set the hardest fucking boundaries possible.
17 years, that's crazy.
Whereas he is very open and literally asks his audience to do weird things very parasocially.
What is that? Well, that's the only thing I'm going to say is like, what is a weird thing? I use the word weird, so but there's a problem with the word weird is it's incredibly vague. Some people call it weird when, you know, you fucking wear one sock. Some people call it weird when you talk to little kids, right? The reason I say that is because obviously talking to little kids is disgusting. Wearing one sock is not a big deal. The word weird sometimes could be a replacement for, oh, that's just kind of, that's a little silly, or it could be a replacement for like legitimate predatory behavior. I'm not saying that MoistCritical is saying that fucking Dream is like doing predatory stuff. What I'm saying is that word in general is so like morally weird on the internet. You just don't know what somebody says when they're saying it's weird. To me, it's almost like a fucking it could almost be like a dog whistle. I'm not saying in this case it is. You don't, what is it? What is the weird part? Like it's bizarre? I don't know. What is it? That's the question that jumps into my mind, is all I'm saying.
I remember at one point, like, shipping was huge in the community and all that. So I do think there is still a big difference there. Even though the pictures themselves, like, yeah, super similar.
Okay, cool.
But I need to finish the whole video. If he does bring up the parasocial stuff that I was talking about, then I definitely need to get the rest of that. And the whole situation. I haven't finished it, like I said.
Okay. All right, guys, we're getting into this. Okay, really quick, I'm going to put this at the end of the MoistCritical video, responding to Dream, because Orange Peanut also responded to Dream. They are Dream responders. Okay, let's just get through it. It's quick.
Excuse the video setup, this is all I got right now, but Dream has just dropped an hour and 22-minute response to every single allegation he has ever gotten.
And it was pretty good. I saw some people in my comments, and they were complaining. They're like, this, and I get where they're coming from, but I want to speak against what they're saying. They're saying, I don't believe part of this, or I don't like the way it was presented because it starts with like the small stuff and it ends with the big stuff. Why would he do this? It comes off as disingenuous. No, I disagree. If like it makes the most sense to do that as a content creator, to start with the light stuff and move into the big stuff from a monetization perspective. And you're like, why does he want to monetize this? First of all, if he's getting attacked for dumb accusations, I'm monetizing it too. If I was, you think I'm going to be like, oh guys, I'm going to turn the video off? No, fuck you, dude. I'm making money off of it. Second of all, he's donating the money. So, you know, you can't really say that it's just for the monetization. But like, yeah, why not? Like, it makes sense. Also, burying it deeper into the video has a higher chance. Like, I imagine that putting super controversial stuff at the beginning might be a turnoff for, like, advertisers. Or not just advertisers, like, just the algorithm on YouTube. I don't know. It just isn't that weird to me. It's just normal to me. So, it's like, whatever.
Yes, Dream is one of the most controversial YouTubers of all
What was it that Orange Peanut even said? Oh, he made fun of him for, what was it? Thirst trapping?
Time.
I don't remember what
it seems like he's in an allegation or controversy every single week.
Yeah, he already addressed that he's not a groomer or a pedophile. So, yeah, that's also not. I hate that. I hate this. I hate when people use the word minor, adult, and minor. How old? Oh, look, and then later they go, she was 17. Okay, what was Dream, 21? Shut up. I don't care. Again, 17, 21, not a big deal. Again, if you think it's uncomfortable, that's fine. Advocate for change. But in our society today, go outside and talk to anybody. Say 17, 21, like predatory. No, this doesn't matter. That doesn't mean it's okay. But the intention has to be there. There's no way a 21-year-old's like predatorizing a 17-year-old. It's just like maybe inappropriate. Not that big of a deal. Shut up.
And he has just dropped the magnum opus of apology/allegation videos. It was an hour and 22 minutes, which in my opinion is a little long for a video like this.
No, I think it was fine. I think it was as concise as it could have been. He didn't really yap. It was mostly just like, here are all the things that I have that happen, and here's my rundown on it. He has to do that because it's like, as a big content creator, and so he can't just constantly, what is he going to do? Making 3 or 4 fucking videos talking about the same thing over and over? No, he's trying to be as concise as possible, cover every detail. It seemed fine to me.
But I decided to watch it through from start to finish. I endured that suffering because I really want to know, is he innocent? You know, is the things he's been accused of actually real? And I think I got my answer. So first off, I'm going to be giving kind of my opinion on the whole thing. So from what I've seen, he gave very good defenses to all of his allegations. You know, there was supported evidence, screenshots, good logic. So from what I've seen, I can say with maybe like 85% assuredness that he did not do the very bad things he was accused of, you know.
Yeah, to be honest with you, even the bad things he was accused of weren't even that bad. Like, the worst was he might have talked to a 17-year-old at like 21. Really wasn't even that bad. Like, honestly, it's all fucking garbage. Like, you know what I mean? It's like the worst case scenario. This guy might have talked to a 17-year-old at 21. Oh, hey, don't do that, Dream. That's it. That's like the level of punishment you would get for something like that. Nobody actually fucking cares about that. Like, that's the crazy part. It's like, even if it was true that he flirted with this 17-year-old, who cares? Especially since she turned 18, like the next fucking like month they were talking. And I think what she showed was that he started like, asking for pictures. That was her logic or something, but she'd already turned 18. None of it matters. And also, like, yeah, I think that's a good point too, is that he addressed the lighter stuff, because some people would use it and be like, well, if Dream is lying about cheating in a speed run video, then he must be a fucking groomer. And it's like, okay, well, if he can show that he didn't lie about these other things, then it can take away that dumb logic that cheating on video games equals groomer.
No, the grooming, the moaning videos, there's no proof that those were actually real. So
whimpering is what I would say. Whimpering videos.
In that sense, I think his apology was very good. One thing where that kind of didn't sit well with me was he kind of took a walk on the Yappalachian Trail. There were so many segments of his video that were just completely unnecessary. He went on like a 5-minute rant about how he uses Snapchat.
I think it all made sense. The Snapchat thing was to show that like he just puts stuff onto Snapchat and people take those out and then put it out to make it seem like he's putting out like thirst traps when he just posts a bunch of pictures every day.
5 minute.
So it was necessary.
Rant about the YouTuber Critical. Like there was just.
Yeah, because his argument, and this is going to be part of the same video, his argument with MoistCritical was that like he was making weird thirst traps when it seems like he wasn't, although Dream seemed to have cut out the other part where MoistCritical said that he had a parasocial relationship, or his relationships with his fans were too inappropriate, which I generally agree with. Not sexually, but just like he should have created a better boundary. So he should have left that part in there, but okay.
Just so much unnecessary yapping in this video that it really detracted from his main points. And
I don't think that's true.
It kind of detracted, you know, but once you get past all the unnecessary yapping, it was actually a pretty decent apology video.
I wouldn't even call it an apology video. It's more of like a setting the record straight where you apologize for some stuff.
But fuck all that, because as I was watching the video, you know, I was like, all right, this is some decent stuff. But then it got to the end. It got to the highlight of the video.
Yeah, that's when Orange Peanut was in it.
Which was me. I was in it. I was literally in the video, which was so unexpected because I was just watching it for my own pleasure. And then all of a sudden, like towards the end, he just inserts this clip from my video. And I'm going to play that on the screen for you right now.
Faked or something of me sucking my own
that was
it obviously wasn't me, but so many people thought it was, which even caused some YouTubers to make videos like this.
You guys know I've never been the biggest fan of the YouTuber Dream, but
yeah, well, you know, maybe
I have always
seems like you picked up on that bit of misinformation.
Had respect for him as a person. That ends today.
Why? I don't disrespect. Why do you have any respect? Who cares?
Dream sucked his own dick. You know,
honestly, even if it is true that he sucked his own dick, why would you lose respect for him? That's impressive. I can't suck my own dick. You probably can't suck your own dick. Oh, you're fat. Yeah, you're skinny. You still can't do it. You have to have a good length and the flexibility to pull off of a maneuver like that. Why? What's the disrespect? What's the not respect about that?
I thought this was some sort of joke, and then I saw the reply was a video of Dream sucking his erect penis.
Yeah, so he played a clip from my video, Dream is Disgusting, where I was talking about the whole incident of the video of him sucking his own you-know-what, which was hilarious. When I made that video, I didn't actually think that Dream did it, but just, it was more fun to think that he actually did.
Well, listen, it sounds like what happened is you jumped on an opportunity to slander another creator because you knew it would get you views. That's what you're really saying. It's just like, obviously you shouldn't do that. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, what a horrible person. But obviously that's what you did, and then he talks shit back to you. So you kind of deserve it. You kind of deserve it.
That is one of the most hilarious ways to get exposed of all time. So, Dream, if you're watching this, I didn't actually think you did that. I just thought it was one of the funniest things ever, so I just kind of tricked myself into thinking it was true for entertainment. And for all...
Yeah, okay. Again, it sounds like you lied for attention, but okay. It's probably shouldn't do that.
All of you Orange Peanut viewers, new or old, I hope you all understand that I don't actually intend hate on people, or I don't want to destroy people's lives, even though I can be very, very mean. It's all for shits and giggles, you know. So
Sure.
I just wanted to make things.
It's a little bit of a walk back, but okay.
That I don't ever, unless it's a very reasonable thing like the EDP stuff. I very rarely actually want to see someone's like life ruined. I bully because for the love of the game, basically. I don't want anyone's life to be destroyed. But yeah, Dream's video overall, he yapped a lot, but I think it was a pretty decent apology. I don't think it's the best I've ever seen, or not even apology. It was more just like, I didn't do this stuff, and it was pretty well supported with facts. But let me know what you guys think on the situation, because obviously everyone's gonna have their own interpretation. But overall, pretty good Dream. I'm ending my career as a Dream hater because honestly, he's been
because you can't make money on it anymore, dude. There's nothing you can't capitalize off it anymore. Because he proved his innocence.
through way more than any
I heard somebody post like a 25-page manifesto on Dream or something. I'm not fucking watching that.
of us. It's got to be taxing to have a new accusation every week and kind of the whole internet hating you.
Yeah, people were like, Papa got accusation that you have a huge cock, and I'm like, oh guys, this is so stressful. Stop.
So I'm ending my career as a Dream hater. You don't have to, obviously. I'm just, my place in this journey is over. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you all for watching. Bye. Orange Peanut.
Incredible stuff.